Okay, well, it should be working now. Okay, it should be working now. Wow, that audio is absolutely atrocious. Okay, so is the audio better now? Okay, so is the audio better now? It's still trash. It's absolutely positively trash. But you know, whatever, we're gonna go with it. So, welcome back, people. Even though I forgot to unmute myself last time. So, you know, it might be handy just to have that screen above me, just so I could see what the stream sees. Where's the cable for that? HDMI here. I have this nice switch under my desk that I put in, which lets me connect like 3 devices at once, and I can switch between them. It's convenient, I guess. This is not going to be too comfortable. I can tell that already. But I get an extra screen as soon as I turn it on. Or as soon as it realizes that I need it to be on. Okay, display settings. Doesn't detect the second. Oh. Okay, I need to switch the input on this one too. Ah, there we go. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, no. There is a multi-view full screen on each. Just, why can't I see everything? Tools, help, view. I don't want to just... Okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this out, because I'm going to drag this up. Or is it not letting me transfer between the desktops? Interesting. Alright, whatever. I guess I'll just see everything. Okay, so this is going to be another live stream where I'm working on the program for my... Let me actually see if I can just switch my camera while I'm at it. This OBS is not having too much fun, I'll tell you that right now. Video capture device C910. I feel like that's better quality, but kind of still trash. Alright, so I'm going to put that like that. I'm going to put this. Gonna conceal that, conceal that. You're gonna see that. Okay, there we go. Is there an option for me to move this to a device? There should be like a present type thing. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? Oh right, I'm on full screen mode. Or this thing is on docs, toolbar, full screen. There we go. Now I'm full screen interface. Perfect. Now it's up there. Now I can see everything you guys see. Perfect. That wasn't too hard, now was it? Okay, let's just get the usual setup going on here. So I still have my XPS 15, which is a fantastic laptop, but it's garbage at the same time. Okay, don't get me wrong, it's amazing in every single way, but I got the warranty for 4 years because I wanted to be assured that I would have that I would have a program, right? I wanted to make sure that I'll have a computer for the next 4 years insured. And this is a fantastic, what I ended up paying is ended up paying around $400 extra in addition to the price of the computer. And it even came with the mouse pad wobble, which I mentioned in previous videos, which is really, really disappointing because I was looking forward to having a good computer, but I can't really use it on the go because the mouse pad is just so annoying. And you know what I just realized? Am I using audio from... Where am I getting my audio from? Okay, I just want to make sure you guys can... I'm just going to check from my phone because even if there's no one watching this, I still want to make sure that I have the audio recorded because I do a lot of talking and I'm kind of explaining what I'm doing and stuff, so I want to have that logged just in case. Logged. Audio is positively garbage. Okay, so today I have a whiteboard with me. Finally got a whiteboard, which I really wanted to do. And what is it that we need to do today? Okay, I just realized I'm not going to end up using the whiteboard. We're just going to use the GitHub project. And I'm also going to make my face smaller because I don't want it to go in the way of like anything that you can see. Because I remember in the last recording that's actually ended up happening. Okay, this is a thing from my girlfriend. ShopForEveryone. Okay, I don't think I worked on it since then. Let's go to projects. Main. Now, no accounts for now. Make different lists in the group, aka different. No, we're not going to do that. Add item to list. We have finished that. Enter code to join group. Can be multiple groups at the same time. No. Not using Express. Basically, only using socket.io. That's not going to happen. So I'll tell you what we're going to do. What I'm actually going to end up doing is using asynchronous requests. So the thing is, socket.io establishes a permanent link. Well, okay, so as long as my browser is on, it's going to be connected to my server. And the only problem with this is that it basically has to be constantly connected. Or it doesn't have to be, but it is constantly connected. Versus making asynchronous post requests and get requests just means that whenever you need the information, that's when you get it. I could still have socket.io, but I don't really think I need that right now. And I think using asynchronous requests is just a better thing because it's going to be less intensive for my server. So my server doesn't have to be simultaneously connected to every single person using the service. It's just when someone needs something, then it's like, okay, here and here. So instead of being always connected. Alrighty then. So change everything to async. So the way that the code currently works is that we're just using sockets, right? So when they send us a certain request, we do a certain thing back. And basically, I just I just replaced this with a asynchronous part. And which website of mine actually has it? Okay, so I just need the syntax for an asynchronous post request. There we go. And I think it was... Is it okay? Yeah, this is what I need. Start point. Okay, so that's what I need. But that's going to be on the index.html side. I actually know what I'm going to do. Okay, so that's going to be on the index.html side. And it's 8 o'clock. Congratulations. Okay. Why does it not let me? Can I separate this into two different tabs, two different windows? I mean, I know I can do that, but I don't want to. Okay. So let me just quickly whatever. I'm just gonna paste that in there. I'm gonna make the asynchronous request into a function. That just makes it a whole lot easier to do stuff. Okay. So next, I just need to grab the backend part of the asynchronous request. The thing is, I already have the code done for these things in a lot of my projects. So it's just easier to reuse that because then I know exactly what I'm doing. Project Cloud. I need the mobile server from that. I worked so hard on some of these projects and they just never get anywhere. Okay. Okay, so this is a syntax for asynchronous post requests. And it's just rest dot whatever for getting information back. So in this case, a socket on, let's say, add item. But do I want a socket? A socket makes it so that, as soon as okay, so let me explain. So let's say this is my phone, and this is my server, right? So let's say, you see, that's my phone, that's my server. What a regular post request would do is the phone sends a post request to the server. I can't do it. Sends a post request to the server, and the server sends back a new page. It does stuff, and it sends back a new page. So a whole new website, a whole new URL, whatever. And what happens is then it loads that. But the problem with this is let's say you had a text message app, right? Imagine every single time someone sent a text, it had to reload the page. That's no good. It just doesn't work because it's annoying and it's not as it's more like ends up being like an email instead of an actual messaging system, right? What an asynchronous post request does is the phone sends an asynchronous post request to the server, and the server, instead of sending back a full web page, just sends back some information. So it sends back usually in the form of a JSON file, a JS JavaScript object notation. So it just sends back the data, which then the phone uses to change what you see without you don't have to reload the page. So that basically allows everything to be a whole lot more seamless and quick. Now, there's another option called socket.io or having a WebSocket. Socket.io is just the only one I'm aware of. So what it does is it basically just makes this tube between your phone and my server. And whenever my server needs to send something to the phone, it just sends it. Whenever my phone needs to send, or your phone needs to send something to the server, it just sends it. So you can have this endless communication back and forth without having to reload the page at all. And you don't have to reestablish a connection. The tube is always there. Do you know what's pretty interesting? I'm actually curious. So let's launch this first of all. Node index.js. Okay, we're listening, right? So if I go to localhost, and it's just going to be 80. because just localhost, right? I'm actually kind of confused. Isn't there supposed to be an input? There is supposed to be an input. What happened to the input? There we go. Okay, so I guess I'll just that there. So if I have two of these tabs open, does it actually modify for each other? Because I'll show you the good part about having a socket. So they both join the same group, right? What happens if I add an item here? It doesn't add it here. Oh, okay. So here's what else I'm gonna do. So the reason why it's not working is because it's just sending directly, because right now, right, it's only when you add an item, then it pushes the item, and then it sends the new group back, right? The thing is, that means that it's only going to send them information of the new group when you first send the information to add a new item, right? But we want it so that, since we're using socket.io, we want it so when this user adds a new thing to the list, this guy will receive the exact same thing instantly, right? And one way to do that is to just say, for example, variable default equals to group object, and all we have to, am I doing something wrong here? Is there something wrong with my code? Okay. Var default object equals group object. Okay, should be no problem there. Once we've established connection, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to say while default object equals group object. So while default object is the same thing as group object, we're going to say var update or not equals false. And I think that's like a stupid way to do it. Okay, you know what? There's a way to do it with MongoDB, um, that it sends you a notification when something changes. So I think we should first integrate with MongoDB and then deal with this changing thing. Um, I have an idea. Might be a stupid idea, but why don't we just constantly emit the information? I'm just curious what's going to happen. Why is this not fucking working? Why is it bleeping out the blur? Am I doing the while? I am so confused why it's like doing that. Alrighty, let's get back to it. So let's just see if this works first of all by itself. And then I'm going to integrate with MongoDB, which will perfect. Okay, that works. Now let's integrate with MongoDB so we can have essential files for everything to deal with. I'm actually going to grab stuff from my chat that I built for this project. Not, was it a specific one? It wasn't for, it should have been at the bottom. So with the, a request chat. Okay, so this right here. This will monitor some data, and if it changes, it will update the list. So this is what I'm going to use for later. But for now, what I'm going to need is just basic MongoDB, which I have in basically every single one of my projects. So let's just, because I don't always remember. So var. Here, Mongo client require. What server am I gonna use? Oh, I'll just use my personal projects server. Oh. Oh, I completely forgot I built a URL shortener. Like, I completely forgot that I built a URL shortener. That thing was awesome. Gotta use it for more things. Oh my god, why is it so slow to load and then just bombards me? Windows has had some glitches recently for me. Like, if I try to launch Discord, it just simply doesn't work and it'll give me some JavaScript error, which makes no sense. It should work. I uninstalled it, reinstalled it, didn't change anything. Let's see how my computer's handling. Ooh, it's getting sluggish. What's killing it? Is it RAM? Is RAM gone? Yeah, look at that. So my CPU is fine, but my RAM is being obliterated right now. Do you see all these like Microsoft content, Dell Digital Delivery, not Task Manager, McAfee, all these background services that I don't need that I have to disable every single time. Microsoft OneDrive, like it's taking 5.5 megabytes, but it's still something. Microsoft Office, click to run, like what is this stuff? Look at these. I'm actually going to use the same one as my, oopsies, not as PR stash. I need to know what server I can use for the URL shortener. Which one did I use for that? MongoDB. Okay, so I used the project cloud one. So that's good, because this one already has. So in order, if you want to set up that thing so it pings you whenever there's a change, you have to set up a replica server or something. And I already set that up for this one. So it's pretty easy. And I need, yeah, small projects. Perfect. So then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to put everything inside of this. Got a notification from who did I get a notification? Jesus, okay, thank you. Oh, the user connected, fantastic, thank you. Okay. Okay. What is next? Okay, so we're connected to the database. We're connected to small projects. Now, what did I call? So you go here, edit, confirm we're editing this. Or projectclout.com, and I think I should have access to it. Like, oh, if I don't have access to it, it's gonna be a pain in the ass. But let's see which URL shortener. So we need to make a new collection regardless. So I'm gonna quickly drag this off camera and see if that's configured or not. And while it's doing that, I can use a different. This one's gonna be. Wow, I actually remember the password for that one. Okay. This is very slow. One-on-one, they're like at least I've been using them exclusively for my server hosting. I bet there's a better solution, but network firewall policies. Let's see where it's allowing, and let's. Okay, yeah, that's a problem. It was literally not configured to my IP address. And it needs to be configured to my IP address. Because then otherwise the server will not work. So I just have to give this some time. I'm hopefully not going to leak my own IP address. But you never know what's gonna happen, right? Okay. So we're gonna do some pseudocode meanwhile. So small, whatever collection. Okay. So let's say someone wants to add a group. We need the feature to add a group. Socket on create group. Because we want people to create a group and they're gonna have a code or URL with a username and password, because we don't want people to just get on anybody's list and just fuck with them. So on create group, okay. So what do I want to do when they create a group? Well, first of all, I miss my girlfriend so much. Oh my god. Okay. I do need a URL. A code generator. So a unique ID, which I'm 90% sure I use in this project too. Yeah, there we go. So what this allows me to do is just generate a unique ID every single time, and that's how we're gonna make That's what the code is going to be. How is it that the unique ID is used again? I think it's just unique. You just call the function and it just generates it. Okay, so on create group, let's just test this out. We are going to, where's the insert one? Find, if not, write a thing, get chat, find. Update one. Okay, that's what I need. So on create group, actually I don't think it's yeah, it's just fucking, it's just insert. Is it literally just insert? Okay. And do I need to throw it to a function? No, it's just gonna be this insert, and all we need is quote unquote query. So console log. What do we want to log here? We want to log that we added a new group. Now let's double check to see if this has finished yet. Apparently not. Okay, add a new group. You know what? Let's actually see if if our program connects to the database. Oh. Forgot that you need to install it while you're doing that. Oh. Are we actually connected to the database? Interesting. So then this thing should work. There we go. Come on, boy, you can load. You got this. So under small projects, we're going to make a new thing. Create a collection. Shop. We'll just call it shop for all, I guess. Okay. Okay, so add a new group, and in that case, we are literally just going to add okay, so var query equals 2. We need group ID equals unique ID. We're just going to use that. Group name equals to data.name group bios, like a brief description, data.bio. Do we need anything else? Group password. Or we could just call it key. Okay, so with our query, that should insert all. Now what we need to do is, let me just remember this stuff, is now we need to have the option to make a group. So if I go to localhost, not 8080, we're proper people. Join group, right. So what I need to do, wow, that's rough. ID main, yada yada yada. So first time, it gives us this thing, join group. No, what I need is the button to, so I just need, all I need is another button, first of all. And that's what it does, fantastic. Just increments it like that. What if I does nothing about that? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to go to Bootstrap, their documentation, and I'm gonna just make a form on the main page for it, so people have the option to join a group or make a group. Did I already import Java? Yeah, Bootstrap is imported here. Okay. Components. Forms. Input group. That's what I want, an input group. Right. Multiple. Oh, that's very cool. Oh, tell you what, I could literally just yoink this stuff and modify it. So let's make the second line actually what we need. Oopsies. Don't want that to be left there. Main.inner HTML equals main.inner HTML plus whatever I'm going to put here. This is the really tough part. Multi-line to single line. First of all, so div class, input prepend, input type text for area label first name. Placeholder is going to be group name. The placeholder for the second one, we're just going to call it group password just so it's easier. Password. Input type text area label. Okay, so here we're going to do input name equals new group name. And here we're going to call it new group key. Area label, so we're going to call this, we literally do not even need a label for this. We do not even need the prepend either. Ah, why'd I press that? So let's see. Right, so I'm going to have to use single line quotes for this, because otherwise they interfere with each other, and let's see how that looks. It's way stretched out. Let's see what's on Pixel 2X. Oof. Oof, that's no good. That's no good, Chief. Yeah, Chief, that's not gonna work. H4, make a new group. That's still terrible though. How much information are we missing here? Yeah, look at that. That is no bueno. Why is that not scaling? You know what? Whatever. Let's just make it functional for now. So new group input. Make a new group. Okay. Okay. Okay, so if I just remove form control, it should make it a little more manageable. Oh, look at that. Significantly better. Okay. And here, all we do is a button. Create group. And button on a click is going to be equal to make group. Okay. Then we need to make a function. Function make group. On which we first have to find everything. So first of all, var group equals 2. What is it that we need to pass through again? Group name, good. Okay, we're just gonna pass group name data.name equals to is equivalent to document.find. Oh, get element. New group name, and the key is new group key. Okay, fantastic. Now all we have to do is what's oh right comma. Forgot that. And now all we need to do is socket.emit. What do we call it here? Create group. And not just that, we're gonna pass group. Okay. Wonder if this is gonna work. This takes a long time to cancel operations. Gonna reload that. Group name, hello. Group password, hello. Insert one. Okay, did that work though? Huh. Oh no, I hope I didn't just accept. Yep, that's what I did. Exactly what I did. Fantastic. Uh, okay. So I added the new insert, which should work. Insert one. Okay. Um, but what's the issue now? I think it's not a data.name. Let's just log group and see what we are getting there. Okay, so it's literally not getting it. Did I just get the names wrong? New group name. Name equals. Oh, I put name instead of ID. We needed ID. Damn, that's why it wasn't working. Okay, so now if I reload the page, hella brah. Input. Oh, right, and even more than that, I forgot to grab the actual value from them. New group key, and it's not just group key, it's this dot value because we want the value in it. We don't want the actual element. Okay, so if I reload now and I type in there, see, showed up there. Now if I go over here, refresh the page, look at that. And group name was an object last time because of my mess up. Okay, so look at that. It works. Fantastic. So we have the group ID being generated. We have our group name and our key. Okay, so Dell just told me, Dear Leonard, thank you for writing in. We've received your message because I asked them if my return period would be extended. Interesting. Interesting. I'm going to stop streaming for now, but thank you for all those who joined, if you did join, and yeah.